Okay, I want to finish up today by bringing us back. There are some resources on here. Actually, let me just show you those. I want to actually have you finish with a little bit of an intentional thought about what you could do in the next week for your own well-being. So if you could just sit a minute and look at these 3 categories. I'm going to do it too. I told you I never suggest something I don't practice. And I want you to think of something this week you're going to do in each of these domains. For your bio, your psychological meaning making, and your social. What could you do for yourself? And if we want to make it really intentional, you could throw in the chat what you're going to do. Just one of them if you want. I'm thinking about mine. What are you going to do differently this week? Saying no, love it. So there you go with a boundary, by the way. I'm going to call my friend. As I went through that emotional support part with you, I thought, you know what? I haven't called my friend and I could use it. Good. Dance class, physical, bio. Anything else? So I want you to think about that as your homework, which is to notice your biopsychosocial. I love it. Seeing the sunset. Couldn't agree more. Noticing that imprint on yourself first, attend, and then imagine what it would mean to tend a little bit, to put a little bit in there for yourself, scaffolding, support, whatever, to address the stress of being a journalist in this day and age. And to give you one last tool, I'm going to end with a grounding exercise that just will take about 3 minutes. And I really recommend you try this if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's a really great tool. It is a studied tool, by the way, in my field for bringing us into the present. And it really works when you're either anxious about the future, which is one of the things our brain does, right? We get into the, what's going to happen? Oh my God, this is going to go badly, right? Or we go into the past. Why did I do it that way? Oh my gosh, that was so terrible. So grounding is a way to get yourself right into the here and now and into the present. So what you do, if you just follow me, I'm going to do it as a bit of a meditation visualization. You're going to follow my script. So if you sit up straight where you are right now, and I'm going to walk us through a very brief grounding exercise. You can take your feet, take your shoes off if you can, and push them real hard right now on the floor. And I want you to just push as hard as you can until you feel the ground under you. And as you're feeling that ground, I want you to really imagine the earth that's holding you right now. So just push the feet until you feel that ground. And notice how strong it is, by the way. And it's holding you. It's holding us all together actually in a space right now, even though we're not together. And we're very lucky to have been able to do that. Pushing. Take your 2 hands now and put them on the top of your legs, on your thighs. And just let your fingertips sit a minute on your texture of your clothing until you notice it. What's the texture you're feeling? Pushing your feet on the ground still. But what is that texture? Think about the nerve endings in your fingertips and how they're taking that texture and translating it all the way up into your brain so that you know what it feels like. It's amazing, right? Incredible functional brain you have. Pushing our feet on the ground, we're feeling that texture. With your eyes, pick 3 things in your environment right now, just quickly that you hadn't noticed before. 1, 2, 3. Still pushing my feet, and just notice those 3 things a second and something about each one. Texture, color, the way the light's hitting it. Also amazing, right? That your eyes translate all of this diversity in front of us into meaningful images. Very lucky to have our brains functioning and to be taking in the world, even though it can be challenging. Use your ears to hear a sound that's not my voice now. And again, thinking about the fact that your ears are picking up vibrations and translating that through your brain into a meaningful sound. Amazing. Push your feet on the ground again and feel that ground. And just think about that you're here right now. And we've gotten this space together that was quite nice to be able to think about the very, very important work you're doing and how important it is to be taking care of yourself during it. As we end, I want you to do a couple 4-4-4 breathings with me. We're going to go 4 in through the nose. We're going to hold 4 and then out through the mouth. I'm going to count you through about 4 of these. Ready? Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth. 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. One more. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. That breathing retraining has been studied and has been found that if you practice it, you got to practice it. Then when you're under stress, if you do it, it will start to lower your heart rate much quicker. So in other words, it's a tool you got to practice. It doesn't just work on the spot. I'm telling you, I use that breathing pattern probably 20 times a day. I use it if I'm having trouble sleeping. And it's just a simple way to try to regulate your breathing. If you don't like the middle point where you hold, you can just do 4 in, 4 out, 4 in, 4 out. Some people like a longer one. Look online. There's a lot of these scripts available. Practice breathing. It seems silly, but it's really well studied now. So we ended with our grounding. We ended with our breathing. I hope you all will think about your biopsychosocial well-being as you do the incredibly important work you do, which is telling stories and bringing light to this world so that we can try to make it better. Thank you for what you do.